First flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another stream. We're going to be playing some games later tonight, but first we're going to be candling some quail eggs. Now, for those of you who don't know what candling is, it's essentially when we put a really bright light up against an egg to see whether there's any development inside. It's the easiest way to check on the health of a chick before it's born. I did do some candling earlier today, both to test some of the equipment I had for candling and also just to reduce the amount of work we're going to be going through today and reduce the amount of times we have to open the incubator. I already went through the Schofield Silvers. Out of a total 18 eggs that I got, 7 were not fertilized. 2 of them may have just stopped developing or died in development. I'm not super positive on them, so they're going to be in the incubator for a couple more days just to see if anything changes with them. And then 9 of them were a-okay and developing just fine so far. So looking like we may have 9 Schofield silver quail hatching. We still have a week to go, so anything can happen during that time. Not counting my quail before they hatch. But 9 of the eggs look pretty healthy so far. We're going to be candling the Jumbo Browns next. I haven't checked the Jumbo Browns at all, so your guess is as good as mine as far as how many quail are still viable in there. But hopefully we'll get some good news today. I am candling, just as a general reference note, this is the 7-day mark for these eggs being in the incubator, so they have been in the incubator for 7 days thus far. They're gonna keep going undisturbed, and we'll candle them again at 14 days. So next Friday, we're gonna candle them again to see how they're doing. At that point, that's when they go into lockdown. I remove the egg rack and open up the incubator's vent all the way, stabilize the humidity, and they stay in lockdown for the next few days as they hatch out. And I'm gonna be hopefully, if my equipment agrees with me, by then we'll have a 24-hour stream going so you guys can help me keep an eye on the quail chicks. There probably won't be any sound because I'm going to be doing different things throughout the day, but you guys will at least have a visual on the quail, and hopefully we'll be able to see when they first start pipping and coming out of the egg. And that'll be pretty exciting for me too, because I'll probably be around for that. In any case, it's going to be just a couple minutes while I switch the views over and get stuff all sorted out. So bear with me, and we'll see how many quail we have left to check out. All right, be right back, guys. Alright guys, you should be able to hear me through the camera now. Not totally positive, so I'm sorry if the audio quality is bad. Can you hear me? Yes? No? Maybe? So? Yeah? Okay. Awesome. Uh, so, as you can see, it's already pretty dim in here. I did take some measures to sort of put down the light level. It's probably still going to be a little bit brighter in here in my room for candling, but we're going to do our best. There's only one light on in my room currently, and that's for a little garden I have going. But we'll be able to turn that off in just a second here. You'll see that there's already fewer eggs in here in general, because I already went through the Schofield Silvers and I removed the ones that were unfertilized. We're going to be using this basket here to put any extra eggs or any eggs that we're unsure about out of the way, so I can keep making sure that those that I do find with development in them go back into the incubator. Additionally, I was going to use this little machine here, the Incubright. It's a little candling flashlight, but I'm not sure if it's just this specific Incubright or something to do with the brand, but for me specifically, it's absolute garbage. It's not very bright at all. It's comparable to like a really dim house flashlight, and it hasn't gotten better even with new batteries, even with tightened contacts, whatever. It's just not worked out for me. So we're not going to use this. We're going to be testing the Nurturite, the Nurturite 360s candler, which is up here in this little section here. So hopefully that works decently enough. I don't know if it will. I've had mixed words about it. Most people don't seem very impressed with it. I'm not looking for impressive. I'm looking for what works. So hopefully this will work out. And if not, worst case scenario, we're going to be using my good old phone flashlight here. And I actually used this flashlight earlier to candle the remaining eggs because the Incubright just wasn't doing anything for me. So if nothing else works, that's what we're gonna go with. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and darken the room so the camera might go dark for a little bit while it adjusts. I turned off the night vision, so hopefully it won't have that going for it for a little bit. But yeah, I'll be right back. Give me a second, guys. Right, so the camera is already activating night vision, even though I've told it not to do that, which is not surprising. But let me see here if I can force it to not do that. Should be off, but it has a mind of its own. Alright, now it should be properly off, I think. So hopefully it stays off. Yeah, it's not the best camera. The quality of it is about 1080. So 1080 is not the best in general, but is especially not in the dark. It's gonna be noisy. So I'm sorry if you guys can't really make out too much. I tried to take a video earlier of the candling process. Didn't work out because I ended up having to use my phone for it, but we're going to try the Incubright here. First though, just because I don't want to blind myself with it, it's fairly bright in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and turn on this light here, and we're going to pick out some eggs to work with. I'm going to start with these two here. Now bear with me because this is going to get, well, this is going to be brighter for me than it's going to be for you guys, but just a general heads up, I guess. We're going to stick this guy up here on the candler and boop. Oh yeah, I can see what people mean. That isn't that bright, or it doesn't look that bright, but not sure how well you guys can see it. Gonna bring the camera a little bit closer. Yeah, it's hard to see. But this egg looks like it might be developing. I don't see much light coming through it, which means that there's some development going on in there. I'm gonna leave that egg on there for a second because that light in there is bright. It's just not very focused, but it is bright. 1 second. Yeah, taking a look at this again. This one looks like it's developing, so we probably have a good little quail chick in there. Nothing else. I'll double check it in a minute with the flashlight. We'll put it in a solid maybe for now. Ah, my eyes! It's bright. Oh, that one's dark too. That one's really dark. Someone probably has a full chick in there. Alright, now I'm going to turn this off for a minute. Turn that off for a second. And now we're gonna check with the flashlight just so you guys can see the difference. So we're gonna look at the same 2 eggs, but with the phone flashlight instead. This one's a little harder to line up, but sorry, it's real. The flashlight makes it really hard to take a video of. Sorry for everybody I'm flashbanging right now. But I can't see any light coming through these eggs, so that tells me that these eggs are more than likely fertilized. So these first 2 eggs we picked out. Yeah, see? This one's easier. This one's a little easier to see. There's a little bit of light coming through and a shadow in there. That one's a solid maybe, but it looks like it's developing. We'll see if we can't find an egg that's not developing so you guys can see what that looks like. Otherwise known as an unfertilized egg. So we're going to put that back in there. We're going to pick up 2 more here. Put this back down on them so they don't get too chilly. And let's turn on this light here again. Okay. This one's a really spotted egg in general, so I don't see a whole lot going on. We're gonna swap it out for this one. Okay, here we go. Now you can really see the difference. This one here, this one's unfertilized. You can tell because the light's coming right through it. But if I replace it with this guy here, you can't see almost any light coming through this egg. So once again, here's the difference. This is an unfertilized egg, so this one's going in the trash. You can see the light coming right through it. So this egg goes in the basket because he's going away. This egg stays because he appears to be developing. Yay! That's the second quail chick confirmed. Sorry, I turned away the camera. It's hard to see. It's a little dark in here. Alright. I'm going to turn this off again so I don't blind myself. Turn this on so I can actually see what I'm doing. Put this guy back in. I'm going to make sure these guys are together so I don't lose track of them. X is facing up. So let me know which ones I've already checked, because the rest of them are facing all kinds of directions. Alright, next 2. Not too worried about how the lid's sitting right now because we're going to be opening it several times. I just keep it generally on to try and keep the temperature somewhat stable. I'll put this egg on here. See what's what. Alright. This egg's doing, looks like it's doing pretty okay for itself. Not a whole lot of light coming through. Can't really make out any veins though. It's hard with quail eggs. They have slightly thicker shells and with so much spotting on them that it's just really hard to see many details in them. It's not like a chicken egg. But this one looks like it's developing. And we're going to stick this one. This one also looks like it's developing fairly well. I don't see anything super concerning. There's a little more light coming through it than the other one, but not a whole lot. So these two look to be okay. And I'll be double checking these little guys later, but for now they seem to be okay. Light! My eyes! The X is facing up. We're going to take these last two here in the outer row. See what's what. Gotta let my eyes adjust again because I did the dumb and didn't turn off the light and blinded myself. But this one looks... This one may have died. Half of it is going, the light's going clean through, and then the other half of it is dark. So I'm not sure. We'll set that guy aside as a solid maybe. This one's unfertilized. Light's going right through it. This guy's not developing anything, so he is leaving. Alright, let's get a couple more eggies. Take this one. That's an X, yes. And this one is an O, so that one's one I've already checked. This is the other X. Alright. Let's see what's going on with these little dudes. Put you up here and... pretty sure this one's unfertilized. I don't see anything going on in this one. Nope. Nope, that one's unfertilized. This one's a weird shape. It's not sitting super well on the light. It looks like it's unfertilized though. But this one I'm going to call a maybe, and we'll set it aside and I'll check it in a minute. The other flashlight, see if I can see anything different. But this one is definitely unfertilized. So that's going in the trash basket. And you are sitting over here because I got to check you in a minute. Alright, let's get these next two here. These guys are really spotty and dark, so this might be hard to see. Oh, that's a dark one. But like I said, these guys are really spotty. It's hard to tell, but I can tell from what little parts of them are not spotted. There's very little light coming through, so this one I'm going to safely say is fertilized and is developing really well. And this guy here, he's too tiny to sit on the light too well, but he's really dark. He's really spotted, so it's really hard to tell. But I don't see a lot of light coming through. And I doubt I'm going to get a better look at it with the flashlight, so we're just going to say he's developing. And in lockdown, we'll give him another check-sees, see if he is actually developing, and remove him if he's not. And in case these two are good to go back in the incubator. 2 more. X. X. Yes, yes, yes indeed. Yes indeed. Alright, let's see what's going on in these guys. I don't see a lot of light coming through. It's really hard because this portion of plastic, the light shines right through it, so it kind of halos the egg, and it's not very helpful. So I can see why people have issues with this as a candler. If this was more blocked in so that the light only had one way to go out of, that would be super helpful, but it's not. So I just got to deal with what I've got. This one looks like it's developing though. This one looks okay. From what I can tell, I don't see any reason to give me concern right now. Nope. Let's see this guy. No, he's definitely developing. This guy's definitely a chickie. He's having a good time in there, having a good sleep. Alright, you two can go back in the incubator. I'm gonna double check one of these guys because he feels a little light. Yeah, this one of these eggs might actually not be developing at all. I just can't see it too well. We're gonna put one aside as a maybe. Put the other guy back in the incubator. You go back in the incubator. And let's see here. This is an X. And you must be a circle. Yeah, you're a circle, so I already checked you. We're almost done. We got 4 eggs to get through. So I got 2 of the last 4 eggs. And I'm gonna see here. Ooh, you a dark egg. You a darky. Look at that. This one's gotta be developing. I don't see much light coming through it at all. This guy is unfertilized. There's nothing going on in this egg, so he's going in the trash basket. Nothing going on in there. Plenty going on in this guy, though. Yep, he's developing. We're going to put him back in the basket. We're going to take these last 2 eggs. I'm going to give them a good candling. See how they're doing. Looks fairly dark. Looks like it's developing. Gonna put it as a maybe though, because of just the way the light's going through it in certain places. I just want to double check it. And then last one. Oh, that guy's definitely developing. He feels heavy. He's gonna be a big chickie. Look at you. My goodness. Oh yeah, you're gonna be a thick boy. He is like taking up all of his egg space right now. So you're gonna go back in the incubator. And we're gonna arrange you guys. Can't see the mark on this guy. Oh, there it is. He's so dark. Dark and spotty. Alright. Gonna move these guys around so that they take up less space, aren't so scattered or near the edges of the incubator. But so far only 3 that were definitely unfertilized. That's not bad. Out of 18 eggs, that is definitely not bad. We had like 6 unfertilized or 7 unfertilized from the Schofields. So having only 3 so far for the Jumbo Browns is very nice. And then we got 4 maybes. I'm going to double check them in a moment here on the phone. See how they're doing and see if they're actually growing or not. I'm thinking this guy died in development. But it's really hard to tell because the shell's so dark and the light goes through part of it, but no, only part of it. It's like a half and half egg. But we're going to put it back in the incubator because I'm really not sure if it's developing or not. And we might as well give it the extra 7 days to sort it out. I don't think it's rotting. None of them smell like they're rotting, so that's definitely a plus. Let's see. I got 3 more maybe eggs down here. Let's see what's going on in this thread. Okay, this guy is unfertilized. He is not going to go back in the incubator. So what I thought was a fertilized egg was actually unfertilized. So he goes in the trash basket. This guy is I think he's actually developing. Yep, looks like there's a chickie in there. All balled up. It's hard to see it, but it's like a definite shape in there. So we're going to stick him back in the incubator, see if he'll finish out developing. And then last but not least, we got our very last maybe egg. Gonna see what's going on in this one. This one is unfertilized. He is not fertilized at all, buddy boy. He is going in the trash basket. He has no chicks for us today. And with that, you can see the incubator's already rolling the eggs again. We are done candling the eggs. Let me get the light back on so I can see. So let's get a final count in here. See what we got going on here. We had maybe one that's a definite maybe because we're not sure if it died in development or if it's still developing, but it's in there anyways. We have one that was developing that was put aside as a maybe, so it's actually developing, which means we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 definite yeses, so that's 11 quails that are developing so far. 1 maybe, so that's a potential 12 quail. Out of a total 18. Out of a total 18, we had 6 unfertilized eggs in the trash basket. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good fertility rate. That's more than 60%. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to see these chickies come around. We're gonna be I'm making sure the lid's back on there. So as you guys can see, this is set up with the temperature and 13 days left on the timer. I put a few extra days on there so that way, in case any of the chicks are staying a bit extra in their shell, they get that little extra time just in case it doesn't turn off on them suddenly. But that's it. We candled the quail eggs. We got the little quail babies going. So, alright, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna take a little break before we get back into games, but I hope you guys enjoyed the candling of the eggs. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave a comment or send me a message on Discord. You guys know where to find me. In any case, I'll see you guys in a little while. Thank you.